let's get right into it. Today, we need to talk about the constant flood of get-rich-quick promises, Lamborghinis, private jets, and overnight millionaire secrets. It's tempting, but almost every time it's a lie, a trap to take your money, not make you money. When you're stuck in a job you hate or struggling financially, the idea of a shortcut is powerful. That's exactly what scammers prey on. Real, sustainable wealth takes time, effort, and smart strategy, not a magic button. Here, we focus on building something real. In this video, we'll pull back the curtain on the get-rich-quick industry, the psychology, the schemes, and how to protect yourself. We'll show you how to spot these traps from a mile away. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, and you won't want to miss what's next. Now, let's dive into why these schemes are so alluring. Why are get-rich-quick schemes so powerful? Why do so many of us, even when we know better, still feel drawn to them? It's human nature. We crave maximum reward for minimum effort. Deep down, we all want to believe that there's a shortcut, a secret path that will let us skip the struggle and leap straight to success. Scammers know this, and they sell the fantasy of skipping the grind and living a life of freedom, luxury, and endless possibilities. They paint a picture that's hard to resist. They use emotionally charged words, freedom, secret, loophole, guaranteed, to bypass logic and hit your emotions. These words are carefully chosen to make you feel like you're missing out on something exclusive. Social proof is everywhere. Fake testimonials, photoshopped bank accounts, and a manufactured sense of community trigger FOMO. When you see others supposedly winning, it's easy to think, why not me? They create urgency with limited time offers and artificial scarcity, pushing you to act before you think. The pressure makes it feel like you'll miss out if you don't jump in right now. The fantasy is addictive, like a lottery ticket, but dressed up as a proven system. It's hope, packaged as a sure thing, and that's a powerful combination. Their marketing is relentless, targeting your insecurities and promising a perfect solution to your problems. They know exactly which buttons to push. They use complex jargon to sound legitimate, making you trust them as experts. The more complicated it sounds, the more convincing it feels. Survivorship bias fuels the dream. Rare success stories get all the attention, while the countless failures are hidden. We only see the winners, never the thousands who lost. Instant gratification culture makes slow, steady wealth building feel unbearable. We're conditioned to want results now, not years from now. Ultimately, these schemes sell hope, not results. They promise transformation, but deliver disappointment. That's why we have to stay vigilant. Recognizing these tactics is the first step to protecting ourselves. They're counting on you wanting to believe. So remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Now, what do these schemes actually look like? Let's break down some of the most common online traps you'll see, so you know exactly what to watch out for. The Guru course, flashy ads, rented cars, and a $997 secret that's just recycled info and endless upsells. These so-called experts promise you overnight success. But what you really get is a flood of generic advice and constant pressure to buy even more expensive programs. The real winners? The gurus themselves, not their students. Pyramid and Ponzi schemes. These are classic traps. You pay to join, then must recruit others or invest for guaranteed returns, until it all collapses. The structure is designed so only those at the very top make money, while everyone else loses out. If you're being told to bring in friends or family, that's a huge red flag. Crypto scams, pump and dumps, rug pulls, and fake coins that vanish with your money. Scammers hype up new coins, get people to invest, then disappear overnight. The promise of quick riches in crypto is tempting, but it's often just smoke and mirrors. Forex and binary options. Here, influencers flaunt fake profits, sell signals, and push you to shady brokers. They show off luxury lifestyles, but it's all for show. Most people who follow their advice end up losing money, not making it. AI scams, autopilot trading bots, or content creators that don't work just drain your wallet. These tools promise effortless income, but the only thing they automate is your loss of money. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Dropshipping gurus. They promise easy riches, but hide the reality: razor-thin margins, endless work, and high failure rates. Behind the scenes, most people struggle to break even, let alone get rich. The dream they sell is rarely the reality. Phishing. Emails or texts mimic real platforms, stealing your login and draining your accounts. These messages look convincing, but one wrong click can cost you everything. Always double-check before entering your details. The playbook is always the same: promise the world, create urgency, deliver nothing. Scammers rely on pressure tactics and FOMO to get you to act fast, so you don't have time to think. If you know these patterns, you can spot the scam. Awareness is your best defense. Learn the signs, and you'll be much harder to fool. Don't be fooled by the hype. Protect your money. Stay skeptical, ask questions, and never rush into anything online. Let's look at the real cost. Because falling for these schemes doesn't just hurt your wallet. It can impact your confidence, your relationships, and your future. These aren't just stories. They're real people losing everything. Mark, in his 20s, spent his house savings on a crypto mastermind. The course was worthless, the coins crashed, and the guru vanished. He lost $35,000 and his confidence. Susan, a retired teacher, joined an MLM. She spent thousands on products, alienated friends, and ended up in debt, earning less than $1,000 in commissions. David, a college student, bought Forex signals with student loan money. A few wins, then a huge loss wiped out $8,000. The influencer blocked him. These stories start with hope and end in financial and emotional ruin. The victims aren't stupid. They're hopeful, targeted at their most vulnerable. Scammers are experts at exploiting dreams and desperation. The ads never show the aftermath: broken trust, lost savings, and damaged lives. This is the real, tragic truth behind get-rich-quick schemes. Don't let it be your story. Learn the tactics scammers use. Stay alert. Let's break down their psychological tricks. How do scammers convince even the smartest people to fall for what seem like obvious fakes? The answer lies in a deep understanding of human psychology. Scammers don't just rely on luck. They use proven psychological tactics to manipulate your thoughts, emotions, and decisions, often without you even realizing it. Authority. They manufacture credibility by surrounding themselves with the trappings of expertise. Books with their name on the cover, podcasts where they sound knowledgeable, and as seen on logos plastered across their websites all work together to make you trust them, even if their credentials are fake or exaggerated. Social proof. They create the illusion of popularity and success. Fake followers, paid testimonials, and staged photos of enthusiastic crowds convince you that everyone else is buying in, so you should too. This taps into our natural desire to fit in and not miss out on what others are doing. Scarcity. They use urgent language like "only 5 spots left" or "offer expires at midnight" to trigger your fear of missing out. This pressure makes you act quickly before you have time to think things through or do your own research. Commitment. They start small, asking you to sign up for a free webinar or download a free ebook. Once you've said yes to something minor, you're more likely to agree to bigger requests later, like buying an expensive course or product. Reciprocity. By giving you something free, like a resource or a gift, they make you feel a subtle obligation to return the favor, often by making a purchase or sharing your personal information. Emotional storytelling. They share dramatic rags to riches stories or powerful testimonials that tug at your heartstrings. These stories make you believe that you too can achieve the same results if you just follow their advice or buy their product. Pacing and leading. They mirror your struggles and frustrations, making you feel understood. Once you trust them, they guide you toward their solution, which is always conveniently for sale. Future pacing. They encourage you to imagine your dream life, painting vivid pictures of success, wealth, or happiness. Their product or service is always presented as the essential bridge to get you there. Isolation. They warn you not to listen to negative friends or family who might question their methods, trapping you in an echo chamber where only their voice matters. All these tactics work together to break down your defenses, cloud your judgment, and make you more vulnerable to manipulation. Even the most logical thinkers can be caught off guard. But if you learn to recognize these psychological tricks, you'll be much harder to fool. Awareness is your best defense. In the next section, let's explore practical steps you can take to protect yourself from falling victim to these manipulative scams. Here's how to build your defense. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Real wealth is slow, steady, and never guaranteed. Scrutinize promises. Vague language, hype, and confusing jargon are red flags. Beware high-pressure tactics. Real opportunities don't expire at midnight. Do your own research. Look for independent reviews, complaints, and real discussions. Watch out for sketchy payment methods. Crypto, wire transfers, or gift cards are a huge warning sign. Don't trust screenshots or testimonials. They're easy to fake. Remember, buying a course is not buying an income stream. They're selling you the shovel, not the gold. Trust your gut. If something feels off, walk away. Talk to a neutral third party before making decisions. Focus on proven, long-term strategies. Increase your income, save and invest consistently. Stop chasing shortcuts, build real skills, and follow a sound plan. That's the real secret. The truth? Get-rich-quick schemes are built on manipulation and empty promises. There's no secret, no magic button. Real wealth comes from hard work, discipline, patience, and smart decisions over time. Focus on increasing your value, creating multiple income streams, saving and investing for the long term. It's not flashy, but it works. Protect your future. Don't gamble on fantasies. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got this.